we'll cover how to leverage the power of CloudCherry's text analytics in order to drive improved customer experience. CloudCherry's text analytics is driven by AI-powered deep learn engine, which has been measured to have up to 98% accuracy against a human judge. It enables both looking at overall sentiment of your customers as well as surfacing thematic topics that they may be talking about. When you come into CheckPulse, if your account is set up with a sentiment widget, you will be able to look at an overall score which presents sentiment which comes in from unstructured text from a number of sources. These text sources may include survey verbatim, which is open text feedback or comment sections. It may come in from email inboxes if these are set up to forward to CloudCherry, social media such as Twitter and others that we have the ability to listen to, as well as things like chat transcripts that are being fed into CloudCherry for our engines to crunch. This then helps you understand the overall emotional footprint of your customers across the different journey touchpoints. And it's important to then look at this in conjunction with other key CX anchor metrics such as NPS, CSAT, or CES. So in this example, you could see the overall sentiment score of 4.1 on a scale of 0 to 5, as well as the splits of customers who have rated you strong positive, moderate neutral, moderate negative, or strong negative, as derived from an open feedback question that has been asked to them. Now, this doesn't stop just at looking at sentiment. You can actually now come in and try and understand by monitoring trends what are some of the key emerging patterns of what customers are talking about. So, as an example, a word cloud presents frequently occurring words in some of the unstructured text that we're receiving. This may surface certain patterns about words that customers are using based on changes that you may have introduced, or things that your competition may have introduced and they're referring to, so that you may want to take note of these and make sure that you're able to take proactive action before these patterns start to be on the uptrend. In addition to looking at words, our text analysis also then lets you drill down. So our word cloud is fully interactive, permitting you then to click on a specific word in the cloud to then drill down to understand what the responses were associated with it. Now, beyond the word cloud, Theme Cloud then presents more aggregated topical patterns that have been mined algorithmically from the text, so that you would never have to go in and label a response ever again. Our theme analytics has an accuracy of about 90% once models have been trained, and our sentiment has an accuracy of up to 98% as benchmarked against a human judge. Now, in addition to looking at these broader patterns, it may also be helpful to understand trends over time. We present this as a theme river, which uses a river metaphor so that you can understand broader currents of trends that are emerging. So, for instance, communication skills had just a minor uptick, but a broader overall trend was how staff proactiveness has reduced over time. But in contrast, in the month of November, we started to see certain other areas like customer service, which went up. So this would help you understand at a broader level certain key downtrends or uptrends about what customers are talking about. Now, you may sometimes even want to just get notified based on certain emerging themes. Setting this up is very easy in CloudCherry. You can just come in, click on the profile icon that appears here on the top right, and clicking on the profile icon then lets you come in and edit notifications. You could choose to come in and set a response notification based on sentiment and themes. You may come in and want to choose a condition where if a certain theme appears where people are talking about solar loans, you may want to get notified based on this. And you could set up to be notified either based on email or even choose to set up loop closure with a ticket based on certain new emerging theme patterns. You could choose to set up as many email IDs to get notified and add other recipients. You may also want to get notified about details of just themes and sentiment so that you only get details about these two questions. You could choose to create as many such rules as you want to for the purpose of getting notified. Now, another interesting thing to do is actually to come in and look at the actual responses and then to understand what was the sentiment at an individual level. So this is easily possible as well with Cloud Cherry, where you can come in, look at the individual responses, and you can see what the individual sentiment of those customers was. So here's another one who gave an NPS of 1, and the overall sentiment is negative. And here you could also see scores given for some of the other questions to try to understand what might have caused this situation. Here is another customer whose user comments here can also be seen along with the sentiment that is being surfaced automatically. So the benefit of looking at this is that without having to come in and tag individual questions, you could focus on key responses that you would want to close the loop on. You can also come in here and apply questionnaire filters based on themes or based on sentiment and choose to just actively drill down based on them. So the power of CloudCherry's AI-powered text analytics helps you understand broad emerging patterns about what your customers are talking about, automatically classifies all of the responses for the purpose of follow-up, and helps you monitor trends so that you would understand if there are certain emerging patterns that you would want to intercept before customers start talking about this in social media or it starts trending before you're aware of it.